What's up, Jen?
What up, Jay?
I know we a little behind. We didn't do our drop on Monday,
But it's
but
all
welcome
right.
to it. It be like that. We sorry, but we're gonna hit y'all with a banger.
And
Welcome
it's
to Lucille
nothing better than a
Order.
Friday. Look, it's nothing better than a Friday powwow after a long week.
Yes, and it is definitely Friday, and we're gonna be dropping this. So today, but we do want to say sorry about that. We're gonna be saying thank you for joining us today for Lucille's Daughter and Niece podcast.
Take it or leave it.
Take what you need.
Leave what you don't.
So we're gonna start with our topic today: self-love and self-destruction.
Whew, that's deep.
Let's get to it. So I want to say, I'm gonna ask you, Jen, what do you feel self-love look like, or things that you could do? I could go all over, however you want to talk about it.
Okay. So that's a tough question because you have to learn yourself first in order to know like what you need, So that's a tough one. To me,
Yeah.
self-love is learning when situations no longer serve you, learning when it hurts you more than it helps you, and learning that it's okay to let go. It's okay to put yourself first and you don't have to feel bad about it. It's
Right,
okay to take time for you. That's what self love is to me. Being able
right,
to just say, dig this. I understand everybody else got shit going on and you used to me helping, but I have to focus on me in this season because I'm
right.
constantly watering other people and I'm over here drying out.
That you said that nicely, because it will suck the life out of you. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, with my self love, I feel like a definition of it is a lot like what you said. Really, just putting yourself first, not
Yes.
caring what you think, making sure you're happy at the end. Um, I'm working on it. Sometimes we don't even notice. I feel like sometimes we don't even notice that we don't love ourselves because we be
And I
so
don't even
busy trying to.
give that
Sorry, go
love
ahead.
to other people, whether it's your kids, whether it's your friends, whether it's your family. We get so caught up in the fact that in our minds we think if I show them the love that I want back, I get it back. But it don't happen like that because the
Right,
sad fact is
right.
motherfuckers are selfish.
Very selfish. And they make you feel like, and they so wrong, they'll sit here and make you feel like you're doing them an injustice. So you won't get the power. See, a person don't like a person that really know what they want and where they at. Because they want to have that control. So it end
Mm,
up like you thinking it's loyalty and you thinking that you're trying to love someone when it's really just breaking you. You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
sometimes we get mistracked. Like, I love this person. I'm giving myself self love. But if you don't love you, how can you love someone else?
Who say that?
And how can you love
Who?
someone? Then you got to question yourself. How do you love this person more than you even give to yourself? We give so many people what they need, but not what we need for ourselves. How can you be saying here and to give love if you're sitting here hurting and stuff? You know what I'm saying? So
I
that's
remember
just
Monique
where
used
it
to
be at.
say, if you can't love yourself, how the hell you gonna love somebody else?
Right, right. I just so for self love to me it's just like taking the time when you need to say your nose be your nose, especially that your nose is your nose. That don't mean you don't
And
love
stand
someone.
on that shit.
It end up hurting you because
Yes.
you let in it. So when you know that you said no and it was from the heart, a person ain't gonna have to always understand it. But what you gonna know is that you control the situation and your heart, your spirit, your attitude, all above. You know what I'm saying? So self-love, but it's very hard. I do feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's very hard to love yourself because it gotta be it goes with a lot of influence around you too.
It's a constant battle
All
because
the
when
not
you
easy.
giving yourself prime example, you can be somewhere or with someone, and
Mhm.
because you take a minute to admire yourself, because you take a minute to be like, you know what, I'm gonna compliment me. Because if I ain't gonna compliment me, how can I expect somebody else to compliment me? And then
Mhm.
somebody tell you, oh, you're being arrogant. No, it's not
Yeah.
arrogant, it's confident because I love myself. So if
Yeah.
I'm like, if I don't love me, who the hell gonna love me? If I don't
Right.
tell myself I look good, who the fuck gonna tell me I look good? Don't get me wrong, you get it from other places outside, but it's most important when you feel it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. I
Like a
definitely agree.
million people can
Agree to,
tell you beautiful, but if you don't really feel it, what the fuck does that mean then?
right. 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 And I definitely agree to that. And I feel like, but sometimes I also feel like with self love, we be thinking we love ourselves and just something just hit, and then you just lose something. Like I go back to, like I said, losing. You know in your heart you love yourself, but then you don't really realize that you haven't been loving yourself. Because
Or
I
you
think
get
I
those
lot of
moments.
situations take place. You know what I mean? And then I
Yeah,
had to. So I'm just saying, like, I just think it's not as easy as we say. Well, yeah, we might know what self love is, what we assume it to be, but it is a hard battle. You know what I mean? It's very a hard battle
a
because you could be thinking
constant battle.
love yourself, and then you get into something, you like, damn, and it's like you question, like, damn, was that really loving me?
Mm.
So I just feel like it's really a hard battle, like you said, though, like self love. But I do think that we don't give ourselves enough credit and courage, or have people like, and it's hard when you have a person around you to make you want to push to love yourself.
Right.
Just sucking everything out of you, sucking everything out of you.
Yes.
What do
They
you
just
think? Like,
take and take and take.
tape and tape, and this whole time you just start losing yourself. You know what I mean? Um, so that just be like what it is to me. Like I just be like, it just be a lot. Like that self love is very hard. Like you know what I mean? And sometimes it's like 1 minute we know we have our self love, and it just disappear like that.
Ooh, and it
Like,
changed like times change.
I felt like I had it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you feel like I love myself. I know a lot of people say I love ourselves, but our actions don't show it either.
Right.
Sometimes you want to love ourselves. I do believe that everybody want to love themselves and really feel like it, but you just can't take what life is bringing you. You know what I mean?
Prime example,
So,
having a kid.
mm-hmm,
Before I had my baby, I
mm-hmm,
always, dressed up and heels and
mm-hmm,
everything. And it's like after you have a kid, then it's like, damn, your main focus is no longer you anymore, if it makes sense. And it
right,
sucks to say that
right,
because even though, yeah, your main focus is your kids, you can't pour from an empty cup. So we put so much focus in. I got to get this done for my kids. I got to get this done for my household. I got to get this done. And we forget, bitch, take a minute for yourself.
right,
Like
right, and
we
that's
wonder why when we go to sleep, we so tired, but then we wake up tired because we didn't take a minute for ourselves. Like
yeah,
your body is tired
self,
and sleepy, but your mind is tired and it needs that relaxation moment, but we not giving it. So that's like
it's,
that's part of that self-destruction part,
yeah, that's
You
true.
loving somebody so much that you causing yourself harm.
Yeah,
Like,
that's. It's just like not even acknowledging it. Like, like you said, like self love it don't have to do with just a relationship. It goes to everything daily life.
yeah.
Like you said, having children, we lose sight. Like it go back to like I said, the word losing sight. Like you're right, we have kids and all our focus is on that, and we end up losing ourselves because, like you said, trying to make sure they good. It's another human we have,
Yeah,
and sometimes it's also hard with self love when you never even had an example of it.
man.
A lot of us didn't have an example of it. Like, how do you really show love or have self love when you never even been presented with it or that you even caught on? So that'd be another part. So it's like you can't blame yourself or other people for what they're not doing. It's just like how we get to the place of being better and getting to that
Mm.
level of stuff.
And
What's
not
the
only
break?
that, we show people how to love us. And
Yep.
when we don't have that self love all the way intact, we showing them a broken picture of how to love us. We showing them that, okay, you did this little bit, I guess that's good enough. So
Right.
in
Right.
our minds, we like, well, damn, they ain't loving me the way I want to be loved, but you're not showing them like, this is how I love on me. So you
Yeah.
fall in line with that because this is how I expect to be loved.
And that's what my problem was, and I'm just saying it like that's so correct and that's so me because I thought like I love people, but I love people the way I need to be loved. And that didn't mean that they need to be loved like that.
And that don't mean that they was gonna love you back the same way.
And we end up being disappointed. And that's when you take the seat back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or feeling like a person coming in your life, you know what I'm saying? Coming in your life and you feel like so it's like you can have someone come in your life and they give you what you needed at that moment when you was broken or where you was at and you feel like you have to stay in that situation of that unhappiness.
Mm.
So
Because
meaning like
everybody not
you
gonna
get
grow
there
at your
because
pace.
that's good. You take that, I was like that love me because they did that one part that era, but that was what they came in to do. That didn't mean that you lose yourself and then get to the point where you do end up losing yourself because you go back to like you be so focused on that feeling they gave you that everything out the window what you were supposed to do for yourself. The love you were supposed to give yourself because they gave that little part that was missing that hole. You know what I'm saying? And it's
We don't
like you
realize
lose it.
that people is in our life for a season and a reason, and everybody ain't meant to stay with us. But we get
Yeah,
so caught up in what they did give us that you have that sense of like, well, damn, they did give me this, what I needed as far as like that self, that love moment, or what I perceived to be that love moment. So now I got to be loyal to it, not realizing that you being loyal to
yeah,
bullshit. You being loyal to
yeah,
manipulation. You being loyal to
yeah,
a motherfucker that impeach game and they
yeah,
figured out how to play it.
yeah.
Because it's sad to say, and this go for friendships,
Mm-hmm.
relationships, family,
Right. Yeah.
all of that shit. Because
Mm-hmm.
like I know, right now, family members will sit there and play on that.
Yeah. And
Friends
it's
will sit there and play on that. And
right.
then once you realize this motherfucker ain't gonna change, let me deal with them from a distance or not at all. Then
Yeah.
it's what's your problem? What's wrong?
And then have you start down. Then go back to then you start down what you know your worth, like your love.
And
You've been
what you
getting
know.
out that like did I not do enough? And it's like, but if you go back, if you know your heart how it was, we let people. That's to say we let people interrupt what we know we've been doing.
Ooh,
It's just like we just keep letting people. It's like you second guessing yourself, And it's go back to like if you love you and you know you coming correct how you want to treat someone else, that you know you treat people how you want to be treated. You going back losing like again, like and then it's just go back and I'm still like people want us there. I do believe that people like to see people where they at. People don't like you to change and get on top of yourself and love you because they don't have the power anymore. And it go to
because
vice versa.
once you get on your stuff and start loving you, it makes it way harder for them to manipulate the situation.
I definitely agree that when you love you and you take your power, see, sometimes I think we don't think we have the power that we have. And it go back to that void. It go back to that void that was missing. So if someone give us something a little good, it make us forget what we need to be doing for ourselves and how we all like I said, I just feel like if you don't love you, you ain't gonna be good for your children, yourself, the person you love, the
Because
person you with.
especially
Like,
raising little girls. Especially raising little
yeah,
girls. If you don't show them how you love yourself, then they learn to allow other people to trick them. If you don't show them
yeah,
like, you know what? Fuck this shit. Mama tired. So what mama
yeah,
gonna do is turn this around and focus on mama. If you
yeah.
don't show them that, then they always gonna think it's
That,
okay to put somebody else above themselves.
yeah. But and they go back and then we start making it seem like we doing an injustice, but we're not. And I think we get so in that guilty form, like we get to that guilty feeling, but it's like, how
That's
can
how
you
you
be
know you
give?
got a genuine heart.
Yeah,
Everybody ain't look, everybody wasn't born or raised on love. It's fucked up, but
yeah,
a lot of people was raised on survival. And when you raised on
yeah,
survival, you learn to use people and treasure things. When
yeah.
you raised on love, you learn to treasure people and do what you can to keep them around. But it's
Or
always a catch
I
22
have
in it. Because
Yeah.
when you raised on love, it make you kind of, I ain't gonna say blind, but it make you naive to the fact that it is fucked up people out here.
Right. Right.
When you raised on survival, it makes you blind to the fact that karma is real. So what you
Yes.
dish out is what you get back. So it's
I
always
do.
a catch 22.
Right. I do agree and disagree on that a little bit because it just depends where your heart is. I definitely agree with you when you say it depends where your heart is. I feel like I was raised on survival. Not that I wasn't raised with love either. I feel like on both worlds, like kind of both. Um, I feel like I had that mindset figured out, and I had said something a long time ago to me about that, like, ain't you lucky because where I could be at. I feel like when you had to survive, a person with pure heart that had to survive, they know the struggle. Don't get me wrong, not everybody. Because I feel like I didn't have like certain things, I feel like I had to survive out here.
Right.
I maybe didn't have to it, but I chose, I'm not gonna say I had to. I chose to disobey how my mom wanted my rules. So it came with a constant
Right.
price. So I ended up feeling like I lost sight. But when you know that survival mode, if you have that heart, because some people take that survival and be a beast, like you said, and just ready for just whatever griminess. But then you have people that had to survive and know that feeling, and they don't, want to be that type of person to someone. But you do lose yourself, and then you do. I believe that people that have been raised with love, you got people that's been raised with love, and still is the meanest snakes in the world, and don't even know how to love. Sometimes we be blinded. I just feel like sometimes we not maybe ready to accept it or graduate it. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe that having to be out here, you do lose your self love, though, having to be in a survival world. You forget what love is or to love yourself because everything is like a fight war out here to try to maintain your life that we lose it. You know what I mean? That's
Or
just how I
like
feel
some
all the time.
tragedy can happen. Like a person that was raised, for example, me, raised with love, raised on love. But when my mom passed away, I had to learn survival quick because I realized
Yeah,
the only person that had my back ain't
yeah.
me.
So you
So
had
it's
to go on a
a difference.
yeah, you
Like,
had to go
even though I still deal with love, you
Mhm.
learn more and more that you gotta like gauge people because
Right.
people take advantage of it. It's fucked
People
up,
yeah,
but they
take
do.
advantage person. People take advantage when they know a person ain't is with that stuff too. Like, like a person can know, what I don't like, and that's what it be too. With people, they sit here, they know you got another side of you, but when you show them that calm and you just trying to at that peace and humble state, it's
They
like they
think it's a
poke at the
cakewalk.
yeah.
They
And it's just
wanna play with you.
like, yeah. And I just feel like it's just about that. And like in what you said, like with self love, like we lose we say about self love. Self love is too an admitting that you had, it's okay. Like I feel like a lot of us don't, I feel like because we want to prove that point, oh, yeah, I love myself. It's okay to admit. I think that we fail with doing self love truly
Yeah.
because we're lying to ourselves. It's okay. I feel like it's okay that you made that mistake and you lost you. Everybody, you know that you lose, you win. But people so afraid to lose that we try to, like, it go back to our other episode, pretending that. Like, you so afraid to lose but so you end up losing yourself. Like it's okay to admit. I think that's why people can't get to that point of being self love. It takes us to being at our breaking point to get there. And why do we have to like we don't thrive? We just it gotta be too we so angry and everything going wrong instead of just taking a breather. You know what I'm saying? So
Don't
I
realize every loss ain't a loss. Every
yeah,
loss is a lesson. You're supposed
right,
to learn from it. Take
right,
what you need and grow from it. But instead,
right.
society got everybody on the fact now that you gotta win, you gotta win, you gotta win, you gotta win. If you always
Yeah.
winning, what fucking lesson is you learning?
Mm, mm, that's so true.
You never
How are
too
you
old to
gonna
learn a new lesson.
it just be like that fear. And fear is a mug, but like it's just like it go back to like it's okay if you don't even know how to self love. Some people don't know how to self love. It's okay. Like I think that we can't be there, or you just so lost. But that's when I'm gonna ask you this question: what are some signs that we can do? Like, what's some ideas? Even
Mm-mm.
me, I'm struggling. I find myself again. So
Want
I'm
to
gonna
know
ask you
my
before we get
best
into self
love
destruction.
ritual?
What do you think? Like, what's some things we could work on? Not we. I'm talking about them, the audience,
Right.
everybody. Like some. I struggle. I'm human.
My
I think I be loving myself. Then I be
self-love
questioning myself.
ritual,
I'm showing you love.
best thing in the world, I come in my bathroom, I start my shower,
Mm-hmm.
I make sure I spray my bathroom down with my lavender, and I turn on my Anita
Mm-hmm.
Baker Pandora station. And
Mm-hmm.
I had that moment for me. I mean, it don't be a long moment because when you got a little person and that knock come. But I take
Yeah.
10 minutes for me in the shower and I listen to me a few songs. And I pick Anita Baker Pandora station because they mostly play, I love old school music, but they mostly play my Dusties. And it's just
Yeah.
something about the music from back then. It gives you this sense of peace. So you take
Yeah.
that moment of peace. Or like my morning coffee time before she wakes up in the morning. That moment for yourself where you don't even have to meditate or nothing. Just sit in your moment and just be you. Don't
Yeah.
want to mob. In that moment when you take that time for you, when you in your shower or when you having your coffee or your drink, whatever, you're not a
Mm-hmm.
mom in that moment. You're not a wife in
Yeah.
that moment. You're not a friend in that
Yeah.
moment. You're not a daughter in that moment. You're
Right.
just Jay. I'm
Right.
just Jen. In that
Yeah.
moment, nobody else exists but me. Because you got to
Right.
give yourself that. If you don't, then it's the constant rushing and rushing and rushing and rushing. You don't take a break. Your body
Yeah.
tells you when you're tired, you can go to sleep, but that don't shut off your mind.
It doesn't.
You
It
wonder why you
doesn't.
wake up tired? That's why.
Yeah.
Because all while
That's true.
your body been at rest, your mind been up wandering.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. I definitely agree with that. And I even for anybody, even if people don't have children, it's just like you said, the key word is just taking that step, one step at a time.
Yes,
Just to, it's not gonna happen overnight.
it's
So
not.
it's just like that taking that 1 minute or 10 minutes out of the day, just taking it for you. Like you said, if it's a shower, it's not just for women, this is for young men, young
Take your
ladies,
moment in
teenagers,
your shower,
everybody.
and if
It's
you
for
need
her,
to
it's
listen to the Migos or whatever,
whatever you want to listen to. And it's like some things people ain't music. Sometimes just talk.
yeah,
Just get into something for you. I think love, self-love is starting with just with you, doing something you. Every day
enjoy.
something for you. As you do it and take that time and demanding and meeting your no's meaning no, and you not gonna do something just to take that moment. I just think it really start like however you said, like music, cause a shower, just a minute, just breathing. You could be like you Thomas playing basketball. It could
Yeah,
be I want to run. Just taking that moment
one-on-one.
for demanding you. You know what I mean? I feel like
Right.
that's a step of self love, something that you want to do for you. It don't matter what it is. Just taking
And
that
it's
one moment.
you,
Yeah,
just for you.
you, not no one else. Not oh,
Most
I gotta go.
important part of it.
Just for you. Like I said, if it's just riding around, like you said, listen to music in your car.
Or if
If
you
you just
just
want to
taking a walk, anything.
a walk,
Sure,
yeah,
it's just
just
for
something for
you.
you. Love. You doing something for you, not no one else, just for you. And we don't usually do that. But I hope that everybody do take that time, even you, me, because we talk about it. I'm like, and I'm definitely gonna work on this. So I think that's just a start. We don't have the answers, every answer, but I'm gonna start with it, just doing one. If it's a couple, if you can do more than one, do that. It's great. But it ain't gonna happen overnight. And people want a gratification, an instant
Ooh, instant
release.
gratification, baby.
Yeah, yes, you know what I mean? You want a quick response, a quick answer. No, it don't happen like that. How you gonna really love yourself? You get it so quick. See, I believe when you work for it, you appreciate it more.
Say
When
that.
you go to that blood, you know what I'm saying? For real though, I really believe that though. Like if you sit here, got something just handed to you and it's easy, like, oh, it's gonna be no, you gotta work for what you want because you start appreciating and you value it more. But
Never realize how much stuff you can unlock
just
if
for
you
a few moments,
take a minute to sit with yourself.
yeah. But a lot of us is afraid to because
Ooh,
that's when you
say that.
because that moment you have by yourself, all like you said, being busy and doing all that,
That's the
you only
richest moment you will ever have in your life.
versus you. It's only you versus you. So in the day, why are we giving people all this time on our self love? Because in the day, We came in this world by ourselves and we gonna leave it. So you
Mm.
ain't gonna get no time for you. No, I think I'm ready to start doing for me because in the day, it don't matter how much you try to bury that stuff, it starts seeping out.
You only get one life, and when you're dead, you're done. So dig this.
Stop being afraid to love you
For
first.
you.
That's the problem. Yeah. Yeah. So it's just like you just gotta go there and then like I think we was hitting with self destruction in this month too.
Do you hear me? That's how,
Yeah.
and that's so deep because that's how closely related they are. Self love and self
Yeah.
destruction is like they go hand in hand. If
It
you don't
does. And
give
people don't even know it.
yourself, if you don't give
Hard to see
yourself
the
that
two.
moment, you're gonna destruct. So
And it's sometimes it's so close, like you said, that you don't even know which one you where you at with it. You get what I'm saying? It's so close that you could be thinking you self loving yourself, but you're destroying yourself. And
yes.
that goes to another, like, you know what I mean? Because it is so close. Like, you think you self loving, but you really could be self destructing yourself by one little move or things
Ooh,
like that, you know?
man.
So that's like, man, that self destruction could take you to a place that no coming back. A self
And that's
destruction,
what people don't realize. It only takes a split second for you to
one
go
wrong
from
move.
point to somewhere where you can't come back from.
Yeah. People be thinking that stuff ain't they be thinking it's a joke. You lose yourself so gone, that's when the anxiety, stress, and all that come in. You know, I think that have a root of why we have it. Because
And we
like it's just
already
like,
deal with depression and because
yes,
it's like
yes, yes.
think about it. When we was younger, the world wasn't like this. So you
So it's just
already deal with the outside forces. So if you're not in a moment where you good with yourself, them outside forces can really fuck you up.
yeah. And
That's
then
why
I just think
it's so
first
important to be in tune with
stuff
yourself.
at that point, yes. And it's just like it'll take you to a point where you you don't even want to love yourself. You start doing it, doing things like you know what I mean? Like just it's just like that self destruction. It's like a tower just trampling down piece by piece, piece by piece. You know what I mean? And it's like how pieces up when you lose and they all scatter around. It's hard to pick it back up. You know what I mean? That's just how I look at it. And self destruction, even like I'm using an example, like with even relationships
Ooh, staying somewhere longer than you know you need to be.
or thinking because they're doing something for you, and
That
that's
you
keeping.
gotta, baby. Not
And
realizing that
like,
some people use that as their manipulation tactic.
yes, yes, and it's just like even like I said, self destruction. Even with me, like you know what I'm saying, like even with the self destruction, like with me choosing situations because I felt like I was missing something in my childhood as a father, having a father, and then choosing to be in relationships. You know what I'm saying? Not
It
even,
benefits you.
yeah, yeah,
Whether
exactly.
that's emotionally, mentally,
And
just didn't benefit you.
you know the thing is too, is self destruction. I know how to act.
In a way
Yeah.
we thought like, oh well yeah, this is giving me something. Not realizing what it was giving you wasn't nothing good. Like,
Hmm.
but in our minds in that moment, we saw it as they at least they giving me something. At least they trying.
Yeah.
Not realizing, well, bitch, almost doesn't count.
Yeah.
I
Or
mean,
they
what
feel like
did it
good, but it takes away from all the other stuff that's going on. And then I just feel like I'm just gonna stick to the relationship part real quick. Even like it's just like the self destruction that you love someone so hard that it's like I feel like sometimes love it's like it make you lose. Like it's sometimes not all the time because you can love someone but they ain't on the same page as you.
Hmm.
And then or
Love
like you said,
someone so
try to
much you
get
lose
out.
sight of yourself too.
And sometimes they want it like that because if you lose sight of yourself, you're where they want you to be at.
Yeah,
And some people
because then they can rebuild you how they want.
want you. So when you lose yourself, what do you have? The puppet. When a person is there, it's like you just their little puppet. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like Like people be acting like I want you to love yourself. You don't want me to love myself.
Because if you
And it's
did,
like
it would be
you love for that person, and we start being blindsided.
mm.
And I feel like you end up losing yourself. But the worst feeling I feel is losing yourself while you're in a relationship.
Ooh, baby.
Losing yourself is like one of like a thing. And a person like how you do that because we so busy. I think that sometimes as people, not girls, males, I see it all the time. We think that because we're loving that person, but we really enabling that person, we end up effing ourselves. And
Mm.
it's okay to love, but it's also okay not. It's not okay to always take the bull crap. Just because that's your man or the person you with or your woman, that don't mean that they're correct. And a person can drain the life out of you.
Baby.
But actually, like I said, because we never had love and we want to love so much, we take that little thing that they have done for us or
And
made us feel, and we forget. Because if you really love me, that's what you're supposed to do, be there for me. But we get caught up that we owe that person and then we lose ourselves. We be feeling like we owe people, the ones we love. I don't owe you shit. I'm my mama. I'm coming with that. I don't owe them. I don't owe you shit.
at
I owe
all.
me. If you love me and it was meant, like I said, whatever, if it was supposed to be there, it'll be there.
If a person really love you though, they want what's best for you. So if a person really love you and they tell you, I want you to love yourself, they're gonna give you what you need so that you can do that. Whether
That's
that's
true. And I
giving you
agree.
time, whether that's giving you space, whether that's giving
Yeah.
you a fucking baby, look, I got it. Go have you a day for you.
Yeah.
If you
Right.
love me the way you claim you do, and you want me to be happy the way you claim you want me to be happy, and you want me to